In a world where laughter was king.
No in a world, Jack.
What do you mean, no in a world?
It's not that kind of movie.
Oh? Okay. In a land that...
No in a land either.
In a time...
I don't think so.
In a land before time.
It's about a comedian, Jack.
One man.
No.
When your life is no longer your own.
What does that mean?
When everything you know is wrong.
That's wrong.
In an outpost.
No.
On the edge of space.
There's no space.
A girl.
No.
Two girls.
No.
Now.
No.
More than ever.
Stop it.
A renegade cop.
I hate you.
A robot renegade cop.
You're fired.
You're fired.
No, you're actually fired.
I'm fired.
Get out of the booth, Jack.
No. I like it in here.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
The wicked ones obviously under heavy Masonic influence.
Broadcasting straight to you from a large spaceship currently at war with mainstream science. Meanwhile, the Peanut Gallery is finishing his proposal to NASA with the recent announcement of its next moon mission in 2024, which will be recognized as the first mission for a female to be on the moon. The Peanut Gallery, who is politically correct in all manners, has devised a way to save NASA money so they will not require 20 to 30 billion extra they will need on top of what they already receive, which, by the way, is about 54. In this era of efficiency, the Peanut Gallery recommends that NASA start training a black transgender female that is also a lesbian with Jewish parents, Eskimo grandparents, like I threw that in there, and identifies as a fire hydrant that is an undocumented immigrant to be on the next moon mission. This will save so much studio time and allow NASA to check the block on so many first to fake the moon mission. Excellent. That's probably one of his best. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Strange World, where the truth is often stranger than fiction. I'm your host, Mark Sargent, the creator of Flat Earth Clues, which propose that all of us are living inside a Truman Show enclosed structure thousands of miles wide. Check it out at enclosedworld.com or just Google Flat Earth Clues. If you can't find it, well, you're just not very good at the internet. For those of you listening to this on YouTube and you want to hear the show live as it happens, please go to Truth Frequency Radio for the latest schedule. Currently, the show is on Tuesday nights at 7 Pacific, 10 Eastern. And yes, Patricia, if it is not June 18th, 2019, well, then you're listening to a rerun. Quote of the day goes exactly like this. "You're not allowed to call them dinosaurs anymore," said, what's that name? Eolus? It's spelled really, it's speciesist. Oof. You have to call them pre-petroleum persons. Pre-petroleum. That's from Terry Pratchett. And the Peanut Gallery has also added the definition of the day is homeless person, residentially flexible individual. The Mark Sargent 2019 challenge is, in effect, this is my personal declaration of war against mainstream science. I, Mark Sargent, put forth a challenge to any university, foreign or domestic, to loan me a self-contained spacesuit, put me in a vacuum chamber, and pull a switch. Find out what happens. For more information, please check out Flat Earth Clues, Part 13, otherwise known as The Lost Nail. Announcements. You know what? I will get to the meetups. Well, I'll get to the meetups eventually. If you haven't picked up this Flat Earth Sun and Moon app, please go to DITRH's channel, otherwise known as Deep Inside the Rabbit Hole, otherwise known as David Weiss. Okay, now that's out of the way. We have two people with us here tonight. First, we have sometimes co-host, sometimes her own show, but always fabulous, Karen B. Are you here, Karen?
I am here. Thank you for having me once again.
I could take that several different ways, and you know what? I will. And the other person we have joining us is subject matter expert, Master Gunner, United States Army, recently retired, Brian Burton. Are you there, Brian?
I am, and I would just like to thank Karen B for having me on her show tonight.
It's funny. It's like you guys are in league together against me, plotting against me. It's a conspiracy, I tell you. Super fun.
Us?
Yeah.
Never.
Why I need new friends. Anyway, how you guys doing? What's happening out there?
I'm
doing
What?
I think Brian's in combat.
Does it sound like I'm in combat?
It did. Key your headset twice if you can hear me, son.
Yeah.
Wow. What is with the background thing is happening with you? Uh-oh. Is he gone?
He's still here.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what your bandwidth is. Tell you what, I'll talk to Karen until we come to some sort of resolution. Hey, Karen, been a little while. How are things?
Things are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything new in your flat Earth world?
Well, I'm working on the Balaton laser video project. That's now become my job to finish editing that video.
Good.
And so we have a deadline of having it done within a couple of weeks here. I really don't know if I'm going to make it. It's going to be tight, and I'm going to be very busy. But
all right.
That's what I'm doing.
I will try not to distract you, and actually good timing, because as you know, I just finished the first draft of my second book, Flat Earth Clues, End of the World. And in it, I mentioned the Lake Balaton experiment and kind of point people at the internet, and also to get the PDF is like 100 pages, right?
Yeah, it's like 120 pages.
That's not light reading, folks.
No.
for an experiment. But
it's very detailed.
Exactly. If you're one of those scientific-based trolls that love delving into the details, I highly recommend it, especially since you guys had a representative from the Guinness Book of World Records out there for that test.
Correct.
And even though you didn't get the world record, you did get the Hungarian record.
That is correct.
Yep. I put all these things, all these little factoids in the in that section. So I was very excited about that. Was he as cold and miserable as you guys were?
Yes, sometimes, but most of the time he just sat in the car or somewhere until we called him. We were like, "Hey, come look, come record it."
Wow.
Yeah,
of course. I would have thought he would have been like bundled up like
he was. He had blankets around him. But he did suffer a little bit.
Yeah, and that's something, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you
not as much as me though? He didn't suffer anywhere near as much as I did.
I can imagine the suffering. I heard. Well, didn't you guys lose like 3 or 4 people to frostbite?
Wait, what?
No. I heard their heads actually got frostbite and they just popped off. And like quite a bit of your expedition just didn't even make it back.
Oh yes, we had to eat them to survive.
See, these are the stories you come to the show for. You get to find out.
I forgot about that. I was trying to block that out of my mind.
Most people would. It's like the.
I got to bring up old shit.
It's like the movie Alive, which was about that the soccer team. I think it was from Chile that crash landed in the middle of the Andes, and no one knew where they were, and so they had to eat snow for water, and eventually they turned on each other. But they actually didn't turn on each other. There was quite a few casualties during the wreck. But you know what? This is a family show. We probably shouldn't get into that. So, hey, Master Gunner, are you there with us? How's your bandwidth doing?
Yes.
Okay.
My bandwidth is fine. I'm just picking up all that extra sound.
You sound good now.
Well, unlike some people, I can technically play with them.
No. Play with who? What?
What? I don't
Talk closer to the mic, son. Can't hear you.
know. No. Really? You can't hear me?
We can hear you. It's fine, but you gotta remember, Karen and I are coming in pretty hot, so see what I did there, Karen?
Well, Karen is, but
yeah.
I'm about the other one.
So
hey, I have a question though that I saw something. So you heard Elon Musk is upset, right? Your favorite guy.
I knew that Mad Mike is still upset at me. I knew that, but I did not know that Elon Musk is upset. Who's he upset at, and what for?
Well, NASA is putting his stuff on hold.
You mean the whole SpaceX program?
Well, not the program. You know, he still wanted to get people in that capsule by the end of the year. And NASA said no.
Interesting. I didn't think NASA had the authority to make those sort of decrees on a private space company.
Why wouldn't
They
they?
said they. Yeah, of course they
NASA
They control.
is like the gatekeeper of space.
Well, I know. Yes, Karen, I know that. I'm saying this for the audience sake.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know, if you could see me, I'm actually looking at the audience right now and saying, "Really? That's awfully strange." You know, and then raise a huge Dwayne Johnson eyebrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about, curiouser and curiouser.
Inconceivable.
You don't know what that word means. So basically, yeah. So NASA, because as they're kicking the can down for their budgets and for other planning, they're holding off SpaceX's stuff. This came out within the hour. I mean, because I think it's foreign because it's stated
of course they're going to kick
tomorrow.
They have to, which of
2
course
o'clock in the
means
morning.
that they're going to kick. They're also going to kick the moon mission down. I'm also surprised they haven't gone after Jeff Bezos for the whole Blue Horizon moon mission that he proposed. Also, he was going to go in 2024, which is never ever going to happen. They'll go after him next, and then
Yeah, but you remember Elon said this year. He was trying to push for this year.
No, whatever.
They got time to kick Amazon down, but they have to.
People forget that in the beginning of 2017, when I was sitting in Canada and I got the headline that Elon he made this challenge saying, "Oh, I'm going to take 2 tourists around the moon and back in the middle of 2018," and I'm looking at the calendar going, "You're going to take 2 people around the moon in 15 months? You don't have you don't have a booster, you don't have a capsule, you don't have a team, you haven't even named the tourists. You're going to do this in 15 months?" It was the most aggressive timetable I've ever heard, ever. And of course, 2018 came and went, and he didn't even start it, which is why, you know, I love the New York Post headline. You guys can look it up if you want, which says Elon Musk is a total fraud. And it was perfect. It's like, what took you guys so long? He's just horrible. And if I was me and there was some sort of board of directors, I would never let him answer questions. I would never let him make statements regarding whatever company he's involved with. He's just terrible. So anyway, so what did Elon say? Do you have a tweet to this? It's like, "Oh, bummer," or "Oh, my overlords, they're, you know, being mean to me." What did he say? Right, you're cutting out again. Karen, can you hear him?
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes. Now that you've unmuted yourself, yes.
Really?
Why do it 3 times? It happens when I'm not in the actual spaceship, I guess. No, so he hasn't tweeted anything. The story just came out like within the hour.
Oh,
I'm sure he'll have something to say. But, you know, I see NASA setting it up because, as your nut in the beginning was saying, with the they're planning they're going to do this moon mission, but they need what, 20 to 30 million, billion, whatever it is, more.
Oh yeah, it's just ask for an extra 30 billion. Yeah. To send two people. And by the way, so 2 people in the same sort of capsule setup, I'd imagine, as Apollo, and one of them's going to be a woman, which is fine, you know. But yeah.
Well, supposedly, I was looking up the story as you were reading it, and it says that not only are they going to land on the moon, but they want to set up the a station there so they can keep an eye on Mars.
Because that extra 230,000 miles or 240, depending who you talk to, that's going to give you that extra visual acuity. Yeah.
Who knows? You know,
Whatever.
maybe they're fans of Space 1999 and they just want to redo it.
I know. Anyone that sees this coming, if it doesn't look exactly like Space 1999, I will be stunned, because that's what you want to go for. You know, the square. Oh my God! Why are we even talking about this? It's horrible. It's never, ever, ever going to happen. You cannot do a live fake space program anymore. You can't. They can barely hold anything together when they're doing the interior of the ISS. So, awful, terrible, horrible. So, what else is on your mind, Brian?
Oh, not much. Just enjoying all your wonderful comments that I like to read your. I know you don't read your comments. I enjoy reading your comments.
You do?
Because you have such
go into my
wonderful
comment
people.
section and read them.
Well, yeah, because it's not about me; they're about you, so it makes them funny to me.
Yeah. I am not loved. That's for sure. But at least I'm not a witch. See what I did there, Karen?
Ah, this is true.
Yes,
There.
I see what you did there. What are you trying to say, Mark?
I'm saying that I get accused of a lot of things, but I've never been accused of being like a warlock.
No.
Or
You're not cool enough to be a warlock.
Oh, snap.
This is true.
I'm
Right?
not cool enough to be yeah, I suppose. I can't have, and I really should send you guys that article. I can't have that quote unquote goofy warmth and still be a warlock.
No, it just doesn't work. It's not
Yeah,
scary.
No, I'm not really scary. I'm not.
It's not.
Kids throw rocks and pine cones at me. It's weird. When if kids get comfortable enough with me, they just start throwing stuff at me like I'm some sort of Frankenstein monster to be played with. I've seen it happen.
Oh, speaking of which, has Disney contacted you yet?
Disney? No,
Well, they're remaking Shrek. They're remaking Shrek.
No. That's not Disney. And I made that mistake too. I got corrected on this. It's DreamWorks. They're the ones that send me cease and desist letters on a regular basis.
Disney hasn't bought them yet? Man,
No.
what happened this year?
Wait.
They buy everybody else.
No, they don't own they own Pixar now. They don't own DreamWorks yet. They will eventually. It's only a matter of time. I mean, they now own the X-Men, so they're going to weave the X-Men now into the Marvel universe, but I don't even want to go into that whole soup sandwich. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for the last Star Wars movie to come out and kill off Princess Leia, even though she died in real life a while back, and then just auger the rest of that franchise into the ground. So,
Wait, are you going to actually watch it?
No,
gonna watch it?
I will watch the reviews of it. I'll probably watch Red Letter Media and some other people talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Oh, hey, I got a question for Karen, or both of you, actually. So, if you go to fe2019.com, which is the Dallas conference, you will notice a hugely oversized banner of Owen Benjamin.
Yes.
Really? I hadn't gone back there to look yet.
No, you can't miss it. Seriously. You start scrolling down. It's like, how big is this thing? It's huge. I mean,
Really?
Owen, I'm sure when he was looking at the website goes, holy smokes, I've never even, I don't think he's ever been to a bar or any sort of whatever public speaking engagement where he's been so highly profiled. So, but you,
yeah, that's a good. I like the SpaceX. There's a lot to laugh about. It's got Bill Nye and Neil on there.
yeah, you wonder if he'll come up with, so he's doing a comedy routine at the end of the first night. And I don't know if he's going to work up some new stuff. He probably will. Just for the just some talking points for the Flat Earth crowd. I mean, talk about an easy gig. All you have to do is make fun of those guys, Neil and Bill and Michio, Brian Cox, and who else is out there? Not a lot of guys, I suppose. Oh, Elon, NASA, yeah. But I'm excited.
Well, he could improvise it. He's pretty good. Yeah.
What was that, Karen?
I didn't say anything.
You didn't?
No, that was
Well,
not me.
few words. You're the strong silent type.
Sometimes.
Killing me. Yeah, killing me. So last week, just as everybody knows, I should probably clear that up real quick, which is last week when Karen was on with me, we had technical issues that were compounded with more technical issues. And to the point where we didn't even know if we were broadcasting, and we weren't. And we didn't know if we were recording, and we only got half the show, barely. And so the people that were calling into the listen line just to listen to the show. And then, which they're not doing right now, because I haven't even opened the call board. It's like, oh, I don't have to call in a listen line anymore. I can just listen.
Yeah, people are saying the phones aren't working.
What are people actually saying? The phones aren't working?
Yeah.
For the love of.
Yeah, because people are used to being able to call in like right away. So.
Oh right.
Well,
I haven't turned on the one line yet, and I will. Here, but I want to make sure we at least got through a section. I see a couple people calling in. There we go. West Virginia, New York, Washington. And then all of a sudden West Virginia goes away. So maybe the calls are being dropped? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Whatever. We're gonna wing it for the next 6 minutes, and then I'll do it. I'll open up the phone lines officially during the break. So what else was I going to talk to you guys about? There's something that was bothering me. Oh, here's a topic for you, which hopefully we can carry through to the next one. And that is, so Eric Dubay made a new video recently. And normally I don't like commenting about Eric's videos because they're horrible and they make fun of people. But this one was different, in which he called it, "Why are people leaving YouTube?"
Or why people are leaving YouTube. Yes, I know. I haven't watched it, but I saw it.
It's a compilation. It's not his. It's a compilation of somebody else where Eric inserted some really quick edits of him just talking.
Oh.
About, basically it's a lot of content creators that are complaining that you can't talk about everything you used to be able to talk about 5, even 6 years ago on YouTube, and it has gotten worse. And it's like, yeah, but I wanted your opinion on this because I get it. That's what built YouTube, is a lot of people going out there and just saying whatever they wanted, and some things resonated and some things didn't. But at the same time, it's not a government well, it's a public company. And it's a private company. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a private company, but it's also, I think it trades on it's part of Google, so it obviously trades publicly. Yeah. So they have the same rights that restaurants do, and that is we have the right to refuse service. No shoes, no shirt, no service. Do you agree or disagree?
I do, actually. I mean, I can't really, but I think it's a mistake for them to be that way.
I do.
Because people want to leave YouTube now. They're going to end up shooting themselves in the foot, in my opinion, because other people are already there's already a bunch of people making sites to host videos and channels. Right. And pretty soon nobody's going to need YouTube anymore. Nobody's going to have to put up with their crap.
Supply and demand. And a lot of those people I was watching whining were all under 30. And if you get enough kids talking in the schoolyard saying, "Yeah, man, YouTube's BS," so what's the new thing, right? Remember, MySpace used to be a thing, and Facebook used to be the thing, and now there's other stuff. Is supply and demand. Will there be other? All it takes is one corporation to say, "Hey, let's do a YouTube clone," and run some marketing. They crunch the numbers. It's like, yeah, we think we can grab 20% of what they have right now and port them over. And I think it's possible. So yeah, YouTube's got to be careful what you're saying. I know what they're doing. They're pandering to the corporations because they want the advertising dollars. But they got to be really, really careful, because if it starts trending the other way, YouTube could go the way of MySpace.
I don't think so, because I think YouTube's just changing because they've added their YouTube TV and all that stuff.
Sure.
I don't think that I can see them not doing monetized for people, period, eventually. And just pushing their movies, trying to do like Amazon and Netflix and all that. I can see them going that way.
If they turn it that way, though, then it's not YouTube anymore. It's back to them-tube,
right.
or they-tube, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not YouTube anymore.
At that point, it's just a watered-down version of Netflix.
It is, but it's not like people haven't changed their titles. But I mean, they have the right to, they've got the right to. But here's the thing: nobody's leaving YouTube. I haven't seen anybody leave YouTube. It's kind of like before the election when everybody says if Trump's elected, we're going to Canada.
Right.
They didn't go to Canada. Some of them.
But we could just use YouTube to promote our channels elsewhere. I mean,
you can.
That's what people are going to start doing.
They haven't banned anybody.
I put my backup channels in all my YouTube videos.
But I mean, what channels have they banned? Besides Alex Jones, I know about that one.
They don't ban.
I know they
demonetize you and take your videos down. Give you strikes.
Right. Give you strikes.
They do cause people to lose channels. People do lose channels because of that crap.
Though. They do lose channels. No, I agree, but I don't think it's as mass as they say it is. I mean, I can see it becoming that way. Yes. Do they have the right to do it? Yes. Will somebody else come up with something else? Of course, and that's great because I'm all for capitalism. I'm all for competition. It'd be nicer if there's more competition. But I'm sure YouTube has some kind of backup plan. They're probably pushing, like I said, they got that new TV stream, and they started airing live things onto YouTube. I can't remember what it was. I saw something. I don't know if it was a DNC conference or something, but they had a live event on YouTube that you could see. Actually, you know what? Baseball is going on YouTube now. I think YouTube bought rights to air games now.
Huh.
So they're competing.
Yeah, you can sign up for YouTube cable service now. It's like $50-something a month. So instead of, they.
Well, I know. I'm just saying. You're right. It won't be YouTube like it was, but they're going to change. And if they did that, they can get all of the what do you call it? Congress off their back.
That's true. That's true. Hey, guys, we're going to our first break. Phone lines are now open. Just so you guys know, it's 213-233-3998. It's 213-233-3998. We'll come back with the lovely Karen B. and the always surly Brian Bird. Back in 3 minutes.
Yay.
No hype, no fear. We are TFR. Frequency Radio.
Supposed to have that yet, right?
That's Joe Jackson. That's not for another hour.
Well, which Joe Jackson
Crying
is
out
it?
loud.
Which album is it from?
Okay, well, I gotta do it anyway. Hey, you know what? Early bonus Joe Jackson stepping out from his album Night and Day. Don't know why that came after the first break instead of the third break. Again, it's always weird. It's always something. So I'll have to, let's hope the show doesn't end in 30 minutes. We'll find out.
Good God.
But in fact, I think the music, wait a minute. What was the music when we went out to break? I didn't even listen to it. Do you remember? Do you remember?
Don't.
Okay, well,
maybe
before we pick up calls,
jumped in time an hour.
I don't know. I mean, the intro was fine. So maybe they had to rebuild. Who knows? Whatever. So before we pick up some phone calls, because as soon as they say, "Oh yeah, phone lines are open," it's like just fills up, which is fantastic because there's some numbers in here I do not recognize. So super great. Wanted you guys' opinion on this. Thank you, by the way, for chiming in on the whole to YouTube or not to YouTube question. This one, I got an email. Hopefully this is the last one. It's from simandan@gmail.com. And it is actually him. Hi, Mark. Not sure if you received my last couple of emails, so I'll make this the last one. I have someone who is up for debating you in a proper, structured, formal debate. Please do let me know if you're interested, and I can start the arrangements. Kindest regards, Dan. Well, you can see. I'm sorry, what?
Poppycock.
Yeah, if you could see me flipping off the screen right now, that, unfortunately this is a radio show, so you're not going to get the visual. Yeah, sorry. I trust Dan as much as I trust the Non Sequiturs show or any of those clowns. First off, he doesn't even say who it is. 2, I almost guarantee they're a troll. 3, I don't even know Dan's real name, and I already know from Social Blade that he bought subs at some point. He may not be buying them right this second, but he bought them early on. Yeah, Dan is...
Well, minus all that, is this an old letter for the debate he just put up with... who did that debate? Oh, who did it?
Was it Nathan Thompson?
Yes, Nathan Thompson did that. I watched that. And the line I'll put from the other guy, I can't remember who it was, he wasn't there to debate Flat Earth. He was there strictly to prove that Nathan did not know what he was talking about. He was there to discredit Nathan personally, is all he was there for, not to discredit Flat Earth. Right. Which is not what the debate was set up to be, I thought. Right. Which is kind of disingenuous, I thought.
I agree. I'm just not I'm sorry. The trolls that are coming out, again, you've heard me say this many times, which is we have such a hard time getting actual accredited scientists to come out against Flat Earth because they have so much to lose. And you don't want to be that guy that goes into the Flat Earth ring like Jeff Zwerink. Remember I did the Fallen State down in Los Angeles against Jeff Zwerink? And yes. I'm sure he got some hell for it. I'm glad he did it, though. I'm glad he stepped forward. But a lot of these guys are just generic trolls, and we have a whole bunch. Geez, I didn't think they're... Part of what I think the documentary did was it fueled more dedicated troll channels. People coming out against Flat Earth. It's like, oh, I get hits, for making anti-Flat Earth videos on a regular basis. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing that. So there are a bunch of them. But what do you think, Karen? Should I entertain Dan in the slightest, or should I tell him to get bent?
Well, that's up to you, but...
Oh, come on. You got an opinion here.
I would, I don't know. I would tell him to get bent, personally.
Oh, good.
I just don't...
Oh, I'm just not going to respond.
I just don't feel like it's worth the time.
No, I don't think so either. And I've debated better at this point. If there's nobody you can put out against me in the YouTube side of things that's going to be able to do what Jeff Zwerink did, or that guy down in Australia, or I don't know, how about the Georgetown physicist that folded like a card table once he heard my questions? They're just going to talk in circles.
I think you should clarify. You would, if somebody was going to be genuine to debate the topic of Flat Earth, I think you would do it, but I just don't. Like I said, I watched that debate he did with Nathan, and he was moderating, but the other guy wasn't. They weren't discussing the flat. They were just discussing his words.
Oh, sure.
And he said he was there to discredit him for knowledge.
It was painful. I think Nathan Thompson does a fine job, but it was painful watching or listening to the other guy go after him, saying, "Well, you don't understand thermodynamics," and he's trying to break down the thermodynamic side of things, just regurgitating it from textbooks. And it's like, okay, everyone, this is a hint, by the way, for all the trolls out there that are listening. You've got to boil it down further, because every time you go into those arguments, you lose the bulk of the audience. The reason why the clues resonated the way they did is because I didn't do any math. I just connected the dots and kept things as simple as possible. If you try to beat Flat Earth with math, you're going to lose every single time because people don't know math. And by that I mean most people don't even remember high school algebra, let alone geometry or trig or calculus or quantum mechanics or anything like that. They don't remember. Hell, I didn't remember when I first heard the curvature of the Earth formula. It took me a while. It's like, wait a minute, you had to do what to what again? It's like, when do you apply the 8 inches to the miles? I didn't know. So, but
none of that math proves that the Earth is a ball anyway.
Damn straight. Well, and not only that though. The bigger thing, you're absolutely right, Karen. But the bigger thing is people, the average person. If you throw geometry into an argument against flat Earth, who's listening? All we have to do is show them some slick images and some long distance photography or laser tests, and people are like, yeah, it makes sense. It's like, yeah, see. But I talk about that. Hey, should we take some calls, guys?
Why not?
This is a call-in show, right?
Karen, I got to tell you, your enthusiasm is absolutely bristling hot right now.
Yes, this is why you invited me here, right?
It is.
That's
so
right.
I could get.
You knew what you were getting.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Karen is my my Dean Martin to Jerry Lee Lewis.
Are you gonna pick up a phone call or what?
Nice lady. All right, here we go. 360. See, I got her to laugh. 360 area code draw with Karen and Brian and Mark. And we're just having a great time. What are you doing?
This is your new secret girlfriend, Dottie.
Uh-oh. My future ex-girlfriend? What are you doing here, Dottie?
No, I said your new secret girlfriend.
Oh no, I'm thinking ahead. I'm being proactive here. So okay. What's
you're not getting rid of me back. I mean, we've only had one date, and you're going to get rid of me already?
Oh,
rude.
Boy. Oh boy. So are you here? You're close by. Are you within striking distance?
Oh yeah.
You're
yeah, I'm right outside your window.
As I look over, we're absolutely not outside this window. What's what? Dottie, have you ever called into the show before?
I never have, actually. Yeah, never have called. So,
right. What is on your mind? And by the way, thank you. By the way, for the girlfriend thing. It makes me feel better. It helps soothe all the cease and desist letters from DreamWorks. So, what do you got?
Oh yeah. I have to do something to make you feel better. So.
Thank you. Ego is a fragile thing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really have anything to talk about. I just pretty much wanted to call in and say, hey, just like using you for more subs on my channel, pretty much. So.
Okay. What? Oh, wait. That's why I reckon this.
Are you just now figuring it out? Are
yes,
you just now figuring it out?
Well, come on.
That's awesome.
I wasn't going to tell him. I wasn't going to tell him.
How many channels I look at on a daily basis? What I didn't want to do this. It sounded like a pickup line. It's like, man, I've seen you around here before, haven't I? What's your sign?
Right. To her, Mark. You talked to.
That's awesome.
Well, go ahead and push your channel, Dottie.
Oh, yeah, it's Dottie's World. And thanks to you, Mark, my channel almost doubled its subs. So that was pretty exciting. And I got a few more from talking to Karen. So, yeah, my little channel is just growing. It's so exciting.
Well, that is wonderful. And by the way, I apologize because otherwise Karen would be, you should have told her you're sorry. I am sorry. I saw the name, but seriously, I'm thinking it's going to sound totally weird. It's like, do I know you from somewhere?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
So
yeah,
cool.
But yeah, super glad I called in finally. So it's awesome.
Well, cool. Well, everybody out there, the channel is Dottie's World, DOTTIE _S or just S.
Yep, that's apostrophe.
Dottie's World, and I'm pretty sure I'm subbed and I have commented and I've made possibly inappropriate advances. I'm not sure.
That's possibly exactly it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's possible. Well, thank you,
awesome.
Dottie. And
Yeah.
any shout outs before I send you back off into the happy world that you live in?
Shout out to Karen B. Let's see. Shout out to Ace McLeod. A really, really sad, depressing shout out to Patricia Steer. Super depressed about that, but shout out to her. I hope she's doing well and killing the hair game still. So
I wouldn't worry about Patricia. She will come around when she comes around, and until then, what can I do? I'm in the same boat you are.
Yep, but yeah, all the love to her. So you got to do what's necessary. So
that's true. Quality of life. You got to have more ups than downs. All right. Well, hey, you have a good one, and we'll talk soon. And don't be a stranger.
Okay, sounds good.
And did she just fade off? Okay, she's gone.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Hi, Dottie.
Hi, Dottie. All right, let's pick up 914 area code. I don't know if anybody's looking at the call board but me, but we're picking up 914. What's going on?
Hey, Mark. How are you? It's Chris.
Hey, it's Chris. Wait, are you driving, Chris? Are you next to the highway?
No. All right, so you know who I am. Okay, no, I'm not driving. I'm walking around and just going for my evening walk. Karen B, nice to hear from you. All right, out there. Thank you.
Hello.
You know what? I really want to get into a couple of things very quickly. All right, is what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I was just Patricia Steer. I love her. She's got to take a break, and I don't blame her. But I was trying to figure out, in terms of the millennials and in terms of the people that have grown up with this technology, with YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all this other nonsense that we were never, we were passing notes in school.
Right.
That's what we were doing back in the day.
Right.
When they finally realize everything has been suppressed, I think it's not going to be the media for them. It's not going to be. That's what they're going to need. They're going to need to understand that everything is now being suppressed in terms of the. I'm sorry to bring you guys down. I just want to get into reality here. Everything is being suppressed, and when they finally realize that YouTube now is going to start watching TV, and.
Right.
Twitter and Facebook is probably going down that same road too. That basically, in 5 years, YouTube is just going to become another cable station. And at that point, when they finally realize that there are no social medias out there right now that anybody can, do any channels on and get any subs and get any views on. Sure, they'll trickle down and give you a few here, give you a few there. My subs haven't changed for 7 or 8 months. The more videos I put out, the more subs I lose. It's just common sense for everybody to realize that, and that's what's going to continue to happen on these social networking until they find a platform that's going to be fair and biased,
right.
To everybody out there. I just want everybody to understand that,
Yeah, I agree. It's gonna be a tough road because how it works is no different than a normal television station, which is they make their money from revenue dollars from big corporations. And if I am a corporation that gives you money to advertise my product, it's no different than a producer in a movie. I'm going to want some say on your production. And if you do not acquiesce to my demands, you are not going to get my advertising dollars. And so, the old sayings are the best sayings. This one is money talks. So, yeah, I think any new platform you'll see that creeping effect by corporations. And YouTube took a little while, and they held their ground for a bit. But yeah, it's tough with anything. People, positions change and industries change. But we'll see. I'm crossing my fingers that we'll get there one way or the other. The good news is that Flat Earth has kind of transcended social media anyway. We've become what I call a campfire story, which is we can be passed around just in a water cooler. You can bring it up to somebody without even popping anything up on their phone, which is one of the things I love about Flat Earth. You don't need technology at all. We've kind of gone back to the storytelling roots. So anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. You're absolutely right at this point. Where it has become almost a campfire story.
Yeah.
And I mean, my recommendation for people that are opening up new channels that want to bring the truth out, what do you tell them at this point? Really, if they want to invest time in YouTube or something like that, or maybe going about another social network that might be opening up that is completely, totally different. That'll be. I mean, remember, YouTube was originally owned by the people. I mean, it was up to us to actually make that channel, and then all of a sudden something happened and it turned around. I'm sure you can tell me everything that happened about it, but I mean, somebody comes up with a new channel that now goes back to when YouTube was originally back in 2005, or what was it, 2000? What is it, 10-year anniversary for 2009, for YouTube. I mean, when it was originally just starting, where everybody was just putting their input in there and opening up channels. What do they do now? Where do they go?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm not sure.
Well,
yeah, go ahead.
I just, there was a time we didn't have YouTube and people got information around. And you know what? If YouTube goes away, something else will come around. Something always comes around somewhere. You might not be able to figure out what it is, but the mass is always going to want to get information out one way or another. And if one form of media, suppresses it, something else will pop up. Yep. You don't even know what it could be. Who knows?
Yeah. Don't know yet. We'll have to see. I think it won't take long though. Things move pretty fast nowadays. So, and who knows? Maybe YouTube will bounce back and they'll catch so much backlash that they'll go the other way. I'm not sure. It's again tough to say. I mean, right now they are the biggest game in town though. So we'll cross my fingers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, myself, I will. No, okay. Yeah. No. I don't want to. Hold up anybody else's time. Just want to say, hi everybody out there. Love you guys, and you're doing a great job.
All right,
bye, Chris.
Okay.
All right. See you, Chris.
All right. Hey.
Good to hear from you.
All right.
All right. Bye.
All right. Good.
All right. Let's jump over to 910. 910, you're on with Strange World and Karen B and Brian Burton. What's happening?
Karen, Mark, Brian, what's up, man?
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
All right. So I got a subject I want to talk about, and please bear with me. I've been hearing a lot about this pull and this force that's pulling things to the ground lately by the Flat Earth community.
Right.
Now, this will probably be the last time I explain it or talk about it because I'm getting kind of stressed out about it.
Okay.
So in water, I hear this question over and over. What determines up and down? What determines up and down? Well, in water, what determines up and down? Buoyancy, correct?
For the most part,
No.
sure. Yeah.
Buoyancy and density, correct? I mean, that's it.
No.
So
No.
Hey, hang on. Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, go ahead.
No. Buoyancy and density
Okay.
does not make up and down, but because of whatever law is now pulling things down, more buoyant things will go up. But they don't determine up and down. It's just how they react.
Okay, let me respond to that by this. Any object, whatever object it is, it's either going to be less dense than the water you're putting it in, or it's going to be more dense, correct? No matter what object it is, correct?
Agreed.
Yes. Agreed.
Okay. This is very simple. So it's buoyancy and density. Mm-hmm. Now, that's very simple. There's no other answer. There's no pull. There's no push. There's nothing you can describe or show or replicate or duplicate. So now I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna ask you.
Well, let me ask you one question.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, that might be the question you're about to ask is, what determines a dense object to go down? If something's more dense, why is it determined to go down? I'm going to explain that. So the way I explain that is this. When we look at a rainbow, what determines the shape of a rainbow?
Is it the solid surface? Is it the solid surface? Is it the moisture, or is it the light? What determines the shape?
It's all
and
three.
I'm not trying to beat up. I'm not trying to beat up on you guys.
No,
I'm just so tired
it's
of
all
this.
three. To create a rainbow outside, inside you need a light source, you need water, and you need a reflective surface.
And we can depends what's refracting the light.
No. Listen, what determines the shape, not how to make it. What makes the shape?
The reflective surface.
The reflective. Exactly. So it's not the moisture. It's not the moisture, and it's not the light. It's the reflective surface.
Sure.
Whatever shape the reflective surface is what shape we're getting in the rainbow. So it is the dome, and it's a solid surface. You have to have a solid surface as a reflector to get the shape of the rainbow. So we're in a container.
Yeah, okay.
So if 50% of us say we're in a container, we've been in a container since the beginning. So what determines, to answer your question, what determines this up and down? We are already in a container with the denser objects lower to the ground and on the ground. And the only time you get things moving around is when you have different air temperature, different pressure. This is what happens. So you're already in a container. So everything that's heavy is going to fall through everything. It's going to fall through every object that's lighter than it. And you have to put it up there by force. You have to put it up there by force, by wind or whatever. But there's nothing pulling. There's nothing pushing.
Well, okay.
You're in a container.
Well, wait.
It's
I got
being
you.
shaken
I
up.
follow. Except for one question.
Okay.
What
Go ahead.
determines the heavier stuff to go down?
Well, because it's heavy, and it's not lighter than the stuff above it. The stuff that it fell through.
Okay.
Look, the only way you put something the only way something heavy goes up in the air is if you put it there, or if the wind puts it there, a gust of wind or something puts it there. It's not up there magically by itself and then it falls. Something puts it there. So if you've ever been in a wave in the ocean and you got knocked down and you couldn't determine up from down, that same thing happens in our atmosphere all the time. Everything's moving around. The temperature causes the wind to blow, and we got different air pressure, different moisture in the air. It can be no moisture in some places, moisture in other places. This will determine rate of fall and all that. There's no constant with a rate of fall outside. So this is my point. There's a container. So does anyone have anything to say to that?
I do.
Because I hear guys making claims. I hear guys making claims talking about the moisture does this to the rainbow and changes the shape.
I'll make it easier for you, which is, and we'll take this to the break, and then we'll cut you off because we are going to break. But because people have asked
me, let me respond. Let me respond. Please don't just cut me off and be like, okay.
There's not going to be a lot of time. Okay, so fine, I believe in density and buoyancy, but I also believe in gravity. I absolutely do, and here's why. If you're in a fighter plane and you're pulling up, your fighter plane is completely encapsulated. There is nothing you could. Let's just pretend there's a vacuum chamber inside your cockpit. Something is pushing you to the back of the seat, and it's not a whole blast of buoyancy that's hitting you.
I'll respond by this.
Okay.
Why do people float when they take the dive? It's just the opposite thing, dude. It's the same thing I'm telling you would put something in the water. What determines up and down is buoyancy and density. It's the same thing. So I hope you guys get it.
I hear you.
I hear like 20 different guys.
Okay. Have you ever seen magnetic levitation?
20 seconds, Karen.
I've seen all kinds of magnetic things, and I've done all kinds. Yes, I have, Karen. Yes, I have, and I've done all kinds of.
How does it work?
Karen, I have, and I've.
Can you explain that with buoyancy and density? I'm just curious.
No, you can't. No, you can't explain that with.
Okay, well, how does it work?
Magnetic. You talking about magnetics? No.
We're gonna table this until another time because we got to go to break. Thank you very much, caller at 910, and we're gonna be gone for 3 minutes, and we're coming back with more callers. We will pick up 917 next, and then probably 905-479-530, 920, 845, and so on and so on. So hang tough.
You must unite what has been set asunder.
We are TFR, Truth Frequency Radio.
Major Kong. Major Kong. Primary target the ICBM complex at Laputa. Switch all receiver circuits to CRM discriminators. What's cooking on the threat board? Nothing. Alright, tell you what you better do, old buddy. You better give Elmo and Charlie a flash and bump everything up to condition ready. Stand by the floor on the base. Major Kong. Major Kong. Hey, what about Major Kong?
Clear and plain and coming through fine.
What about
It's great to be fine.
What about Major
What's
Kong?
happened? You see the string in my neck scarring.
What about Major
I
Kong?
never told you.
Hey, what about Major Kong?
Welcome back to Strange World, part 3 of 4. Right? Yeah, part 3 of 4. We are on with the lovely and talented Karen B. and the always curmudgeonly Brian Burton. Are you guys both there?
Yeah.
I'm here.
I think you made that one.
Brian wanted to comment on it. He wanted to get the last word on that last caller before the break. What do you got, Brian?
It's not a matter of last word, but I just want to make a point. My personal opinion, some other people. Do I believe in gravity? Yes. Do I think gravity is what mainstream science says it is? No. Magnetism, I'm leaning towards, some kind of thing like that. But I do believe there's a force that controls what down is and what up is.
Right.
But it's not what mainstream science is. Like
I
Neil
mean,
deGrasse Tyson said himself, we don't know what gravity is. We just measure the effect.
Yeah, yeah, and
Does it prove a globe? Does it prove flat? Nope. Neither one.
I'm not gonna lose sleep over it one way or the other, because yes, we all know that buoyancy, the whole concept of buoyancy exists. We see it in water and air all day long. You know, you take a helium balloon, you let it go, it's going to rise up, and you can drop a rock to the floor. And some people say, well, if you did it in a vacuum chamber, can you prove it one way or the other? It's like, well, technically, yeah, in a vacuum chamber, a feather and a piece of styrofoam and a rock, they do fall to the floor. Technically, they are more dense, way more dense than the atmosphere around them, because there's no atmosphere at that point at all. But you know what? It's not going to be the deal breaker on flat Earth. Honestly, we're just kind of splitting hairs on that. And I love don't get me wrong here, I love the fact that the flat Earth community debates this point and other points, trying to nail down the design and the blueprints of this place. It prompts some interesting discussions, and I have no problem with it either way.
Oh, definitely. Research all you can. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But it's not a deal breaker.
No, it's not a deal breaker for me. I mean, if I will not lose any sleep. I do think about it from time to time. Okay, let's jump over to, I promised I was going to pick up 917, and by God, we're going to do it. You ready, Karen?
Yay. I'm ready.
917, you're finally on after 29 minutes with Mark and Karen.
Finally, Mark, what are you waiting for, bro? Here? Yo, shout out to Karen B. Shout out to Ace McLeod. Shout out to Midi HC. You already know.
Hi, Midi.
Shout out to Zulu.
Yeah, he's
Shout out to Mark.
he's holding too. So what's happening?
Yo, man, this is my first time calling in. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to show my support for what you guys do. I want to, I mean, dude, I know I know what it is, man. I know what you be doing. I've been watching your shows. I haven't been on YouTube like that much in the last, recently, but I know what you guys are about, and you guys are keeping it flat. And I mean, what else can I say, man?
Nice.
It's good to hear from you,
Yo,
Midi.
fuck you,
Midi
Ace.
is
I'm sorry, excuse me, my
hey,
language.
easy.
Nah,
Midi is a moderator at 24/7 Flat Earth Discord, the biggest, best, most coolest Flat Earth Discord server in existence with 32,000 members.
I've heard good things. That is pretty impressive, by the way. 32,000 members on a Discord server.
32,000 members and growing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty
we're
awesome.
killing the game, man. We just had a debate live on YouTube, on Discord, all that. We just had fun with Globe Earther. We kind of wrecked him, but it was fun. It was a good debate, and we welcome everyone to just come in and you want to defend your beliefs. That's fine. Go ahead. But
I'm on.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know
Yes,
the deal.
Brian's
I
there.
really have nothing to say. Shout out to Just Jack. Shout out to Dredd. I mean, A. McKenzie is in the house. I mean, it's just, you guys are just killing the game. I mean, there's really nothing to say. I just wanted to, voice my opinion.
Well, thanks, man. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
It's
Shout
much
out to
appreciated.
Paula.
Seriously.
Thanks for calling, Mitty.
Thank you. Well, we're going to put you back on mute.
Yeah, man.
But we're not going to forget about you.
All right.
No. All right. All right. Let's go to, oh boy, here we go. 905. We all know who this is. All right. What's happening up there in the frozen wasteland of Canada?
Well, I just wanted to thank Karen B for her TFR stream that she does, or TFR broadcast.
You suck.
The Karen B show.
You're one of the worst callers on a regular basis I ever have. And I don't.
That's because he hugs the maple trees.
Yeah.
Well, no, I wanted to shout out the real Brian. Yeah, the real Brian, also on our channel. And Mark with a K from Washington. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Mark
with a K. I don't know if you've heard. Yeah,
I suppose,
don't know if you've heard of him.
Rumor has it that I was supposed to be, my mother was going to name me Mike, and they changed their minds at the last minute. So, either way, Angel or New Testament.
Yeah,
book,
dogs
I'll
are
take
in.
it. What was that, Brian?
Sorry. Family
okay.
thing.
Dude, you're killing me.
You'll
Brian
live.
Brian has 23 children. And apparently they all do circles around him. What was that toy that people used to do? The big pole with the streamers. Oh, what was the name of that damn thing?
A maypole?
Yeah, the maypole. Thank you for catching a very, very old reference. That's awesome. Yeah, maypole. Nobody does maypoles.
I was thinking about the skip it.
My kids do run around me, but you know what? That is so they can hear all this great conversation and all the videos. I hide nothing from them.
Well, good. Excellent. Anything else, Canada? Because unfortunately, call-in show, blah, blah, blah.
I know. But just my heart goes out to Patricia, and I want her to know that we love her, and I know it sucks, but still, the thing she does is phenomenal for the community. I know but I want her to know.
Everybody's got a breaking point. Everybody does, and I will say this. I'm not shy about saying this because I'm not even sure she's listening right now. Which is, look, I warned her. I said you can't read every comment that goes into YouTube. The YouTube comment section is a den of vipers. And I do not look at it because I actually want to sleep at night. and Brian Burton here could probably attest to that. You guys go through some of my video comment sections. I mean, some of my videos have, 20,000 comments. And not only is it overwhelming, but you read enough negative stuff and you really do think you look like Shrek. So that's fine.
Well, I just want her to know that she's loved, and we do appreciate everything that she does. And take the next caller, Mark.
All right, man.
Mark with the K, not
hang
Mark
tough,
with the
okay?
C. It starts spreading the news.
I'm not picking him up yet. But I will pick it up soon. All right, let's go to 479. Jeez, we got a lot of calls. 479 area code. This is all because of you, Karen. What's happening? You're on with Karen and Master Gunner. What are we talking about?
Hey, Mark and Brian and
Karen.
And Karen B. And just been thinking about. It was interesting y'all brought up the YouTube thing because I was thinking about that a little bit. It just seems like it's harder to get flat Earth videos that are positive and stuff, and I've got a library. Library is one of those other ones that I can get onto, and they're all positive, flat Earth videos, which is kind of weird.
Right.
Kind of like YouTube used to be, 3 years ago or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's kind of interesting. You guys are bringing that up, but it's I guess there's going to be another venue coming up, someday.
Someday.
More. Yeah.
And it'll probably be owned by YouTube. That's the sad part. It'll probably be Google. Google will probably be, let me give you one really quick. This will kind of make sense. And that was back in the day, if you guys remember, if you're old enough to remember eBay when it first came out, they sold guns on eBay. And they sold a bunch of guns, and some parents groups got out there. It's like, look, when my kid's buying action figures, I don't want them to look at assault rifles. And so eBay gave up really, really quick. They said, you know what? You're absolutely right. All guns are gone. And these were some big ticket items, right? Guns aren't cheap. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a brand new website shows up called gunbroker.com. And it is the exact same format, only it's done in khaki and olive drab colors. It's literally eBay, but with camo pattern. That's all it was. And it's like, oh, I see what you did there. Very, very clever. They, and that's because the demand was there, and they knew it was going to be a losing battle. Now, will YouTube take the same tactic and all of a sudden will Google create a brand new format and not tell anybody and go through some shell companies? That's what I would do. But that's just me. Anyway, sorry. Anything else?
Oh, no, just a shout out to everybody that's trying to make, videos and flat Earth, coming out, it's helping us that are kind of, not so vocal about it sometimes, getting more vocal, and so we're just moving in that direction like you guys have been doing. So, yay. So the truth has got to come out, people are hungry for the truth, so.
I agree.
And
I agree. I think the official saying is that people are suckers for the truth. And that's what we got. I mean, seriously, it resonates with them. They can kind of feel.
Well, we're all made. I mean, we're all made in God's image and His likeness, and that's what there's something within us that just we like the truth. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's why
lies are just.
That's why children have such a hard time lying. By the way, they have to be taught how to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you can't use children in any sort of crisis actor thing. Buzzword, crisis actor.
Okay, I'm calling BS. I've had a lot of kids. They learn to lie right away. You ask them who took the cookie. You ask them who took the cookie.
Learn to lie.
Perhaps, but you ask them who took the cookie, they're going to say not me. When they're young.
Yeah, but that's one of their first lies. And then we, of course, tell that Santa Claus is still around. All right. Anyway, caller, gotta let you go. So, hey, it's been fun. Don't be a stranger, and because I don't recognize your name right off the bat, and give us a call next time. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
See ya. Bye. All right. Let's go to. Should I pick up? Let's pick up 530 first. 530. You're on with Mark and Karen B. and sometimes Brian Burton. What's happening?
Hey, Mark. How's it going? William here.
Hey, William.
Hey, doing all right. Last week was kind of unprecedented. First time I called in and didn't get on this show. That was pretty crazy, but hey, it's all good. No worries. Hey, Brian, good to meet you. Not a master gunner, but I was 50 cal certified at one point in time.
Nice.
And never had to do the Coriolis charts. I don't recall that ever. You?
Don't have to do them. Nope, never did them. Never did them.
Yeah, nor the Mark 19, nor 60 didn't go far enough, though, I don't think.
You sound like a scout.
Scouts out.
You could for the Air Force. I probably was. Yeah.
Oh,
okay. Did all that warfare training. Absolutely did. Yeah. LPOP, back azimuth. And I don't know if you ever thought about this. So if you know a lot about land navigation, you know how we used to do the adjustment from grid to magnetic north. We used to calculate in something called the what was that called? The something angle, the declination angle, right?
Yeah,
yes.
declination. Yep.
So
magnetic declination.
So Yeah. Well, I was always in the northern part when I did that in North America. I don't recall being south of the equator to doing that. But if that was the case, it should be the opposite, or that angle should just get greater and greater and greater. So, but I have no way to verify that. But did you ever think about that?
I got a better one for you. So while I was overseas, one thing when you get strikes by mortars or artillery, after it's done, you run out to the crater.
When you walk it in?
No. After the enemy's shot you, you go out to the crater. Okay, and by the way, the splash where all the rocks went, you determine which way it was fired from, and you do the math to figure out where the enemy fired from. And there's no Coriolis in that either to determine where the enemy was using backwards stuff.
Yeah, because we're talking miles those things ago. I mean, we had the 82 millimeter mortar in the Air Force. So that's what I got certified on. When I was in Korea, we used to hear the 105 howitzer go off. That thing was a beast. But did you ever play with some of that? 105?
Oh, yeah. I got to play with all of them.
Yeah. What's the range on that thing?
Pretty far. A couple miles.
Nice. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. I got one of those minds that I remember stuff. So it's been a long time ago, but not. Our minds are all different, I guess. But yeah. So Karen B, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you, William?
Hey, I'm all right. I'm a lot less nervous now talking to you now that I know the truth, Mark. So,
what? Oh, that's right. Because if Karen was actually that, then yes, you should be nervous. But no, she's not.
Because I thought Sarah was an ice skater.
I have got to stop these backstories.
Oh.
I know. So you really do believe the flat Earth, right? Anyway.
Yeah, of course I do.
Well,
no, I do. No, I just like coming up with fun backstories for people because I have to introduce them as something. So it's like, let's run with this.
Yeah. Well, hey, I got to listen to your latest interview. It was really cool. I do want to make a quick comment. Ever since the Netflix came out, man, the interviews they're just so much better. Like, you're not dealing with they're not hostile anymore.
No.
You notice that?
Yeah, I do notice that because they, they've already been hit for 100 minutes worth of flat Earth in the documentary, for better or for worse. And so to use a military term, Brian, the target's been softened a bit already. And so when they get in with me, it's like, yeah, you know what? Let's just talk about it. So I'm fine with it. Yeah, I agree.
So before I go, I was actually walking around Walmart, and I was going to go, okay, if they pick me up while I'm walking around in Walmart, I was just going to, on live, talk to the next person I came to about this subject, cold
call?
That?
Flat smack. You were going to flat smack somebody.
Flat smack, that's right. Man,
yes.
Nathan would be so disappointed in me that I couldn't think of that. But yeah, but I am no longer in Walmart. I'm actually sitting in front of my house right as you picked me up. So,
okay.
But anyway, shout out to all you guys, of course. Shout out to Jake, my friend from the Earth Finder down in Orcutt. And nice. Shout out to who else? Oh, Doc Michaels, because I think he's
Doc Michael. Yes, so, I like Doc Michael. He's cool.
Yes, I met him in Sacramento. So cool cat.
Awesome.
Absolutely cool cat. Yeah.
Are you from
guys,
Sacramento?
God bless you all. I'm from a bit north. I have to travel quite a ways to get there, but hopefully I'll see you guys in Shasta.
All right. See you, man.
Alrighty.
All
right. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Yep. All right. So the next one, I think we can pick up one or two, depending on how long this one. Well, I don't know. Brian, are you seeing over there the same thing I'm seeing? I've got, I don't know. I'm seeing Russian characters across my screen, which you guys know what that means. We could be getting a Russian hack. As you know, the former Soviet Union still has a extensive spy network out there. And so every once in a while they call in just to taunt us because I can't trace the call. 920, if that's your real number, are you there? And are you currently hacking us just because Donald Trump announced his presidency tonight?
What'd you do? What did you
No,
do?
I'm here.
Oh, you are here. What, you were just dramatic pause? Is that what you're doing?
No, I missed part of the question while I was laughing. So
I am glad I could make you laugh. Considering your communist conditioning over the last several decades, I don't know if you have a sense of humor at all, but maybe you do.
Well, you know what they say, what doesn't kill you gives you unhealthy coping mechanisms and dark sense of humor.
Thank you. Thank you for that. It's great. So what's on your mind? I know you've got a script. What do you got?
Well, you know you were wrong. You actually were called a warlock or warlock in training.
Warlock in training? Yeah, but I'd be the warlock that gets picked on a lot because I'm still goofy. I don't have that dark, brooding, thing that women dig. It's a goofy warmth that people are like, yeah, he's kind of like Bill Murray. I want to hang out with him. That's all right. Anyway, what else?
What the?
Well, you know that Russia used to have a space station, right?
Yes, I do. Soyuz, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
No, Mir.
Soyuz isn't the space
Soyuz, I
station.
think, was a satellite.
Mir.
Mir.
station
Sorry. Thank you, guys. This is why you're here. Mir is the space station, or was.
Well, funny story about that. I mean, it's a little late news, but people used to talk about it, that it's going to fall, and it's going to fall, and it's going to fall in Belarus. And I remember everybody was talking about it. They even knew the region where it's going to fall and everything. And then the date came by and went, and apparently they miscalculated a little, and it fell in the South Pacific Ocean.
That was it. I remember this. You're absolutely right. I remember hearing about Mir. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I remember it coming down too.
So what else? What else on your mind?
Because people who lived there were talking about it all the time, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to happen. Mini local apocalypse, so to speak, and then nothing happened because they miscalculated.
Wow, and you're absolutely right. Up until Brian and Karen reminded me, I hadn't even thought of the word mirror in probably 10 years. Literally had not didn't even cross my path for at least 10 years, and now it's like, oh wow, mirror. Now after the show, I'm going to be looking this thing up and figuring out, because actually it's good. I can use this as part of my my space thing, which is I don't think most people remember mirror, and if you're under 30, you definitely know nothing about mirror. So anyway,
down in 2000, over 2000s, I think.
No,
that long ago.
Mir came down in the 80s.
Must be a different one then, because there was also
somebody
one that
look
fell
this
down
up.
in early
now
2000s.
we're gonna run into the Mandela effect.
Where's the peanut gallery when you need them?
Exactly. Where's the peanut gallery's not chiming in yet? Don't know what the heck's
slacking.
I know, right?
That's because me and him are fighting. He's still.
Is that it?
We should fire him.
No, I think I remember, if I'm not mistaken, I think you may be right, though. There was a comic strip called Bloom County, one of my favorites back in the day. And I think he actually did a couple weeks worth of panels on Mirror. And that was in,
okay.
Then that was
came
in the
down
late
in 2001. It came down in 2001, they're saying. But there was one space station that came down in the 80s, I remember. And I wonder if Russia did two of them.
I don't know. We're going to have to look it
Maybe
up.
it was a
Space station that came down in the 80s. I don't remember that.
I mean, there's Skylab, but...
Is this a Mandela?
Oh, that was Skylab. It was Skylab that came in the 80s. Yeah, Mir came down in 2001. Skylab was in the 80s.
And Karen, you're thinking of the Mandela effect.
Oh, yes, that's right. I'm sorry, my bad.
Or the Mandela effect. I don't know. It's one of those.
Yes.
The McDonald effect.
The Mandingo effect?
Nuggets.
Mandingo.
That's the urban version. Anyway, hey, thank you. Anything else? Any shout outs? Any parting words before we send you back into the sinister network, which you are a part of?
I'll leave you with a quote. No one is going to give you the education you need to overthrow them. And that's from a Peanuts cartoon comic strip.
Really? That's good. Good. You took a shot at Peanut Gallery, and I don't think he even has time to respond, which is
excellent.
Awesome.
Excellent.
All right.
Quote.
Well, hey, you have a good one, and we will talk to you in a bit. Okay.
All right.
Okay. See. All right, so we're gonna go to break here in just a minute. You know what? I'm gonna announce these real fast. Real quick here. There's some meetups that I'll try to get on my channel. Let's see. Sorry. One is by Nathan Wolf. You guys probably know him. Flat Earth Meetup in Toledo, Ohio. It's going to be happening June 30th at the Ohio Public Library on 3340 Dustin Road. You can contact Nate at firedfortruth.org, which is awesome. And the other one I can't find in front of me, and I should have found. I can't find it. I'm going to have to look for it again. Meetup promo.
So unprepared.
Whatever.
This is not very professional, Mark.
You guys are. You know what?
Terrible.
No. Bag of dicks, Karen.
No. Bag of dicks.
Hey, we're going to break. We're stuck it.
You're listening to the Truth Frequency Radio Network.
No hate, no hype, no fear.
Welcome back to Strange World Part 4 of 4, even though that's the music from the
You have to think about it because it's all screwy.
Yeah. I think they had to, after the total collapse last week, I think they had to rebuild all the intros and outro songs or tracks from scratch. But for those of you listening and you still want me to say it, fine. That wasn't Joe Jackson stepping out from his album Night and Day. That was actually Absurd by Fluke. Not nearly as cool. Before we get to the calls, and I will get to them, I also want to. I did find the other meetup, which is going to be in Dallas, Texas. Let's say, hi, Mark. Could you please make a promo for Flat Earth Meetup? Let's see here, and tell everyone who's a flat earther who lives in Dallas to please go and join Dallas Fort Worth Flat Club on Facebook. Chris Pontius and Rob Skiba both said they will be there. It's going to be at the Mud Hen at Farmers Market on Sunday, June 30th, 2 p.m. That's Sunday. With Truckosaurus. And that's going to be done by Grant Phillips, and his phone number is 972-765-0099. That is 972-765-0099. Operators are standing by. And if you don't know where the Mud Hen Meat and Greens, I think that's a restaurant, is, it's 900 South Harwood Street, Dallas, Texas. There you go. So see, Karen, I was prepared.
I want to clear. So there's a Sunday meetup in Dallas.
What? Because everybody goes to church in Dallas on Sundays?
No, because I might be able to go to that.
Really? You might go? Chris
might.
Pontius is definitely going to be there. He'll probably bring the flat van, and
so it'll be
Rob
easy to
Steve is
find.
going to be there. So, and for you guys who, if you're wondering,
you should go.
You should go.
I should.
And don't forget, folks, that Dallas, Texas is going to be the big conference. Oh, I should probably rattle those off real quick. And then I swear I will pick up 845-505-909-916-864-910, and that'll probably wrap up the show. So the conferences that are still going to happen, the Take on the World conference, August 22nd through 25th. That's where I'm going to be, August 22nd. That's going to be in Ohio. The Gather conference I'm going to be speaking at September 12th. That's in Stockholm. I'm going to be over in England doing some street activism and speaking. I'm going to be there actually from September 8th through the 16th over in the UK. Mount Shasta Conference, I'm going to be down there from the 18th to the 23rd. I still haven't heard anything about Amsterdam yet. Don't know what's going on with them. But, of course, I will be at the Dallas Conference. That's going to be November 14th and 15th. Okay. You ready, guys? I'm gonna pick up 845. You know what that means? That means put down your headphones because I'm going to break them. Start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I want to be a part of it.
New York, New York.
That's what I'm talking about.
With my vagabond shoes.
That's right.
Hello, hello, hello.
So who is this? I don't know.
How are you? Yeah, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller to the Karen B Show.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Gotta respect Mama Bear. Sorry.
That's so funny.
I love you, Karen.
I love you too.
You too, Mark, and even the Master Gunner.
Even the Master Gunner.
He's awesome.
What's happening, man?
Not much. Having fun. Listening to the show. Great callers.
Yeah.
Too funny. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Quite a few callers.
I saw the.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I saw the new MIB movie, and it was very entertaining. Very good. I enjoyed it.
Very good movie. I saw that Sunday. Very good movie.
Yeah.
Well then. Good. I'm glad that honestly, odds say that not every franchise was going to get destroyed, so I'm glad they didn't wreck Men in Black.
No.
Good.
No, it was good. Hey, Brian, you got to go to that meetup. You got to go. You got to do it.
Well, I'll be honest. I will tell my wife that Rob Skiba might be there, and I'll probably go because she's a big Rob Skiba fan.
Everybody's a big Rob Skiba fan. He's not so great. Come on.
I don't know. Rob Skiba's pretty cool, I think.
He's pretty cool.
No, I hear that a lot though,
cool.
and that is he is.
Oh
yeah, Rob Skiba. He's the man.
He said that you ruined his life.
I know.
He blamed you for ruining his life.
I know.
Most of us.
Well, yeah, but he actually has a slide dedicated to it, which he actually uses for all his freaking public speaking things now.
Yeah, it was tax day. It was April 15th. That's like that's the worst. Tax day, and he found out that the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
Or he began to question the globe, because when I watched him, he didn't full on, go with it yet. He was still questioning it.
He didn't go full flat tard. Yeah.
No. I knew he did when
good
he
enough for my
word globe tard. I was like, yeah, he's a flat earther. Now he's using the word globe tard.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What?
Rob Skiba is good enough where my wife made me buy all his books for her. So.
Well.
So he's pretty good.
Is he Mr.
He's got good
Fancy Pants?
He's got books. He's got more than one book.
Hey, my second book, in fact, as we're talking, my publisher just wrote me and said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to totally check out the manuscript over the weekend." So
cool.
Mine will definitely be out before the fall conference season. Definitely, it's going to be good.
That'll be awesome.
Seriously, it's a tell-all. Yeah. It's an instructional. It's a testimony. It's a testimony. It covers
tell-all.
It's a tell-all book.
Did you get George Clooney's permission? Or are we going to have a lawsuit?
Yes. You guys know I'm outing George Clooney.
Side off.
No. But I do. I'm acknowledging a lot of people who have been who have walked with me during this journey for the last 4 years, and so it's good. I make some, and well, I mean, you guys know some of the chapters, but one of my chapters is called Friends of the Family. And that is, and those are people outside of Flat Earth that got into it late and have been helping us along the way. For example, Owen Benjamin, friends of the family now. And he snuck in there because of that wonderful moment that he had with David Weiss from DITRH when David was talking to him, and you could tell it's like, oh yeah, you're from this neighborhood? Oh yeah, one of my good friends is from that neighborhood. And it's like, you could tell it was clicking. It's like, right on.
Right.
Guys, finally, because I thought he was going to just be hard-nosed and Savanye this and, oh, I'm on the fence that, and it turned out okay.
No, Owen was cool because he knows. He knows.
He does know.
I don't care if he says, "Oh, I'm not a flat earther. I'm not saying that the earth is flat."
Right.
He's already said that it's flat. He knows. He gets it.
He does.
And it takes a flat earther to know when somebody else really gets it. You have to know.
And I don't get, and just so you guys know, I don't even get, I've reached out to him, I think, once. And I was very subtle. I said, hey, just so you know, I'm right up the road from you. He's in Gig Harbor and I'm on Whidbey Island. I mean, it's really, it's a short drive. And, but it's like, you know what? Not going to push him. Whatever it takes to get him there. And I was happy that David, coaxed him across the finish line. But yes, you're absolutely right, Karen. He does know. And I'm hoping he gets to bond with a whole bunch of people. I'm sure he'll be just, I think it'll be fun for him in Dallas. I think he'll see the enthusiasm and he'll be like, wow, this is really, really great. Now, what he's like after hours, I have no idea. But I would imagine people are going to be buying him a lot of beers before it's over, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
Hey, Zulu.
All right, yeah. I'll be real quick. I just want to say I agree with Brian. There is definitely something that causes still that up and down, that force. I don't think we figured out what it was tonight, because yes, there is buoyancy and all that stuff, but there's still that something that allows that buoyancy to work. And I got to say, Thursday night school, me and the Master Gunner, 9:30, yes. And shout out to Patricia, Ace, Mitty, Effie Mishka, Nathaniel, Karen B, Master Gunner, Karen B, Mama Bear, and Master Gunner, everybody. Love all you guys.
Hey,
and you too, Mark. You're the man.
Well, thank
you. Love you too, Zulu.
Hey, Zulu, I got a quote for you before you go.
And I have a quote.
Oh, okay. Well, you give your quote first. Dueling quotes.
Okay. There is no power for change greater than a community discovering what it cares about.
That's good.
Margaret Wheatley. And I think that's a good one because, like you said, I mean, we've all been, coming together, talking about this, spreading it around. After the Netflix thing, now your interviews are less hostile. Of course, you're still breaking your balls, but it's not, oh, you freaking retard. Now there's at least a discussion.
That's true. It's
awesome.
True. The quote for you before I send you on your way is this. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. And that's from Robert Frost.
That's outstanding.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I thought we were going to be able to go without a peanut gallery quote.
I know, right? But no, I
thank you, peanut gallery.
Never put Zulu on a witness stand. The man has no poker face. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon. And just like that, he was gone. Okay, let's go to 505 area code 505. What is happening? What is crack-a-lacking? You're on with Karen and Master Gunner and Mark.
Yeah, Mark, I have a question about the book.
Sure.
Who else besides Mad Mike made the list of enemies of the state?
Dun dun dun! I know this name. By the way, I do recognize your voice when you call in, but that's okay. I mean, you and I have never had beef, as far as I know. There's about 10 people in enemies of the state, but it's most of it's tongue in cheek, and
a couple spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah.
He wants a spoiler, Mark.
What's your spoiler? What?
No, you give him a spoiler.
Oh, you want spoilers? Oh, I gotta open it up. Hang on. One sec. Give me a second. I gotta go all the way down to here. It's 200 and something pages, so it's. Oh, here we go.
It sounds like a lot of fun. And honestly, the only reason I'm asking is so the one person name doesn't feel singled out. And
No,
nice
not at all. No, and believe me when I say this, Mad Mike did a lot for the media exposure. In fact, hang on, let me rattle them off. Right, so let's see: Neil deGrasse Tyson, Brian Cox, Bill Nye. He's in good company here. In fact, is he even in there? Is he in Friends of the Family? Elon Musk, and I dedicated a whole bunch of stuff to Elon Musk. Wow, I really did go off on Elon Musk. Joe Rogan. Logan Paul, Red Bull, the corporation, Metatron. You know what? I moved him up to Friends of the Family. Nope. There he is. Mad Mike. There he is. Metatron, Mad Mike, and I think there's one or two after that. So there you go.
How do you compare Mad Mike with Elon Musk? They're kind of antithetical in my opinion.
It's way down the list compared to Mad Mike, and I don't want to drag this call out because I know we could talk about this a long time. No. What I'm saying is that Mike, as much as he did good things, he just kept fighting internally. I mean, what was the whole thing about how he should be the flat Earth Messiah and everybody should be acknowledging him? And I was like, look, we acknowledged him. That's not the point, but you gotta make more content and do other cool things. But he look, I absolutely give him credit here. He generated a massive amount of media attention. It was the perfect storm. When you put a giant flat Earth sticker on the side of a rocket that you've made and you're gonna go up a certain altitude, whether or not you're trying to prove flat Earth or whether you're doing it for other reasons, it generates publicity, and it really, really helped the cause. I just don't like, it's like, look, be friends. Hashtag same team. Hashtag can't we all just get along? So I don't hate Mike.
Well,
don't
maybe
hate him at all. I got a chance.
Mark.
Yeah.
You've interviewed all kinds of people. Yeah. I think maybe you talked to Mike once. Maybe that would help or something.
All right.
Maybe that would be the
sure.
Just a recommendation.
I'd be happy
anyway.
And by the way, I really enjoyed, except for all the date tips he did when he did the Tosh.0. I really enjoyed that one. In fact, I include it in my media kit in the flash drive. I actually saved off the Tosh.0 interview. I thought it was cool. I thought it was well done. So, but yes, I will. Well, I will try to reach out to him.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, and have a great night.
All right, see ya. Bye. All right, moving on. How many more can we take? 11 minutes. Ready? Let's do speed calls. 909, we lost that one. That was from California. So now we can make it actually pretty easy. Let's do 916. 916, you're on with Strange World and Karen and Mark. And not Mad Mike at the moment.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Hey, first-time caller, long-time listener.
Hey, you did that in reverse, but it works. What are we doing?
Oh, nothing. I love your guys' show. I love everything about it. But following up on the last caller, yes. So why would Mad Mike be an enemy? I don't understand that quite so much. I'm kind of new to the scene.
Because, by the way, when I say enemies of the state, it's not like we have a Nixon list. I know that dates me, where I'm issuing kill orders or anything like that. I'm saying that Mike has ruffled some feathers from time to time. I mean, he really. I don't want to get into specifics, and I'm not going to get into some of them on air because I can't.
Right. No, I understand. But I mean, as far as controversial topics, what about Eric Dubé? That character really chops my hide.
Eric Dubé is actually okay. So there's three lists. There's Friends of the Family. There's Enemies of the State, and then in fact, hang on. The one at the top towards the top is one sec. It is the How We Got Here, which I go into. There's a whole nother list of people, which is How We Got Here. People that were really influential in how I made the clues, and people that were early in the community. So yeah, absolutely, Eric's in there, and Matt Boylan's in there, and others. So no, I mean,
interesting.
Eric, I have heard, as much as I would like to say that Eric's an enemy of the state, he is not. He has created some massive division. Well, no, I don't know. I don't call Eric an enemy because even though he's caused massive dimission, look, I'm giving him credit where credit is due here. I have so many people that have said, oh, yeah, I first got into Flat Earth because of Eric's stuff. I didn't understand it. Then I went to your stuff. Then I went back to Eric's stuff. And he has made a lot of great content. That being said, I also say it's like, look, the demographics, when he starts going after target demographics and starts really attacking groups, that is completely counterproductive. And he shouldn't do that. And I warned him, not directly. He had to hurt through channels, and his YouTube channel was burned down twice because of it. So, and people
now, is he in like the dome? Yeah, is he in the dome camp, or like is there like the camps, or what are the two camps?
No, I think he is. But it doesn't. For me, he spends too much time trying to tear down other flat earthers. Where he really burned bridges, and I don't want to dwell on this. Where he really burned bridges was during the Eddie Bravo interview, where he came out against everybody, and he said, I called it too. I said, if it goes over 90 minutes, he's gonna start taking swings because he's gonna be too comfortable. And he did. He lashed out at everybody and said that basically he not only does he condemn everybody at the conferences, but he endorses no channels. So he's an island.
Not to mention the whole like the Nazi thing where they're just waiting to call everybody a Nazi and a conspiracy theorist, and you're just handing them a platter. I mean, he should have been. He'd be at the top in my book.
It's tough to make a video called Adolf Hitler versus the Jew World Order, make it 4 hours long, and
that's
put
terrible.
It on the channel. That's tough. It's tough to get around that.
That's terrible.
And
yeah.
But Eric.
Now, what about? Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
Oh no. Well, yeah, I was just gonna say. Now, what about all this talk though about the whole Netflix thing? Like, it seemed like they're trying to make you guys out to be feds or agents now because it was not exactly flat Earth oriented, and my mom even started saying the word fed. I tried to show her, and she started saying, oh, these people are feds, and she's not even a shield spotter, and she started saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I dedicated an entire chapter to Behind the Curve, and I go into it in great detail and explain. I go, look, it was supposed to be a human interest piece, and they changed their mind because of the 12-year-old kid who walked up to the microphone during the conference in Raleigh. And when he then they admitted on an audio interview, the director's commentary, they said, oh yeah, that's when we decided to take a stand. Up until that point, I think they would have been a little more gentle, but at that point it was like, okay, no, we're going to tweak this thing in editing as much as we can, and they did. So, but it opened up a lot of people's eyes. I mean, I wouldn't have believed it myself, but I sat in the audiences and I watched people just scratching their heads, and they had so many questions by the end of it because the first 20 minutes.
My mom and my sister, they were both, they're like, what are we watching? What did you put on? I'm like, I'm trying to show them. And they were just scratching their heads. But then, so what about with YouTube? Was that your statement earlier that hopefully YouTube's going to come around? I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. Realistically, I think it's a done deal.
It's either they're going to come around, or again, if I was remember, it's not just YouTube; it's the parent company, which is Google. If I was Google, I would make through back channels. I would make another hosting site that would pull the other people in, because they don't want to lose the money. They don't want to lose people. They just don't know. They don't have an answer. And that is, okay, free speech versus corporations who want to sanitize things. And so it's like, okay, I'm sure they have a fallback plan, which is, okay, if we're going to lose people, maybe we have to create a new thing, a new safe haven for people to go to. They're not just going to.
Right.
So
they're not coming back. But I mean, their parent company. Who is their parent company, really? I mean, if we really got into that,
the company of Google, I think, is
CIA or something like that.
Actually, is it called the Alphabet Company?
Seriously, possibly.
Anyway, anything else? Because I do want to grab at least one more call.
No, well, yeah, I'm starting to look into this whole infinite plane. This whole theory about infinite plane, possible more puddles.
Run into the same problem as the globe, which is infinite plane without some sort of pressurized system, without a dome. Okay, where's the atmosphere going? The atmosphere.
Well, I'd have to auto hoax the fact that there needs to be pressurized atmosphere. I mean, who says there's any kind of line You know, why does it have to be a ceiling in the first place? We're already in it, you know. So I auto hoax that, and yeah. All right, yeah. I'm going to check it all out. Infinite Plane Radio. All right, take it easy.
All right, see you, man. All right, okay, I'll let you guys decide. One of three numbers: 864-425 or 931. You guys pick. Anybody? 864.
Which one?
Ladies' choice.
425-864-931.
It is Karen's show, so let her pick.
864.
864. Okay. 864. Have I already picked you up tonight? Oh God. I should have known.
You didn't know?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know 864. I keep because it keeps coming up as wireless caller. So I don't.
Yes, and you say that every time.
I know.
You should recognize it by
I will
now.
remember it next time. I swear to God, I'll remember.
Hey, Jack, he's Alzheimer's a pain, okay? He's
What is
dealing with
that?
it.
Yeah, young whippersnappers, get off my property.
Well, I'm glad I finally made it through on the Karen and Brian show. I've always wanted to talk on there, and now I finally made it.
Nice.
So, anyways, yeah, interesting calls tonight. Went all over the place, seems like. I don't know if anybody mentioned it because I came in a little late, but I'm hoping everybody has gotten onto zoomtruth.com, you know, Flat Earth Finder, because I keep hearing, you know, people writing emails to you all the time, you know, is there a way that we can find somebody near us that think like us, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And now there's a format to do that, and everybody needs to get on zoomtruth.com and register.
All right. Groovy.
And Brian, you definitely should go to that meetup, dude. I can't even tell you how cool it is to have a meetup until you go to one.
It's true. It's true.
Karen can relate.
It's the last fig leaf. Absolutely. Yep. Once you go to the meetup, it's an addiction.
Cool. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, then you can't go back. Shout out to Dr. Law, whose name actually says Dr. Law now and not Darla, which is awesome.
Yes,
and
Dr. Law.
Shout out to Zulu One for continuously streaming Mark's show. Appreciate that. And of course, A. McKenzie, Midi HC, and all my friends in the chat. Love you all. Love you, Aisling 717 Cammy.
Yeah, shout out to Cammy.
Everybody.
Bob.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in and say hi. Haven't talked to you for a minute, so.
Groovy, man.
What, a week now?
All right. Hey, just Jack. Hey, have fun, man.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
All right, see ya. All right, with that, guys, final word. Karen.
Shout out to Ace McLeod. Shout out to Cammy.
Oh,
yeah.
Cammy.
Oh, and shout out to Ted Summer. Sorry, I didn't pick your area code. I didn't know what it was. I'm sorry.
Master Gunner, final word.
Hey, just keep researching, you know. That's my final word. Everybody keep researching.
Nice. Cool. Well, I'll be here next week, hopefully. Same flat time, same flat channel. Thank you to the wonderful Karen B. and Master Gunner Brian Burton. And with that, we will cue music. Hopefully it's the right music. There it is. Some things do work out.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out.
Yeah. All right. See you guys soon.
Good night.